wanted to create an idea that that would be relevant to college students and a problem that we face in our lives. So the problem is today we are lazy, we are broke, we have machine learning technologies and YouTube and Netflix giving us the best TV shows, and at the same time, Uber rides and Lyft rides, the prices are going up. If you want to go for Uber Pool nowadays is like 2/3 of the original price. So all in all, we are broke. So a small little problem statement. Our goal is the problem that we figured out is we frequently create a premium travel experience offered by ride-sharing apps, but we are going broke. So what's our solution? Our solution is a concept called $2 cabs in Jamaica app. So on the Jamaica app, there are these cabs that you can just walk into. Like you hail the cab, you walk into it, and you just tell it to drop off wherever you want. Only thing is, it drops you off on the app. So you get off on the app, you get on the app, and you get off on the app. And you can go with as many people as you want. Each person pays $2. So the same concept, we just want to scale it. So most of the time when we're taking an Uber ride or any ride-sharing apps, our trips are generally the same. It's the same going from home, going from school to school, or going to a friend's house, or coming back to our house. So generally, the routes are the same. So our solution is to sort of find other people going to a similar destination from your current location and share and split the ride. So this is different from Uber Pool because you're meeting up with the people from before, and once you guys meet up, you guys split the fare. So like a bunch of let's say when you go out with a bunch of your friends, you guys call it Uber ride, right? And Uber ride's like $20, right? And you split the Uber ride 4 ways, and it comes out to like $5 a piece. It's the same concept, but with strangers or people you don't know. So initially, this is a pretty big concept, and we want to start off small. And people are going to convention centers, people are going to stadiums, or big public or private events where a lot of concentrated people are going, let's say from the airport or other places like a train station. That's where an app like this would ideally start off. And once we have some traction proving the model, this could be moved to partner up with like companies or programs and stuff where people can travel to work, where it's not just a one-time travel thing. Let's say you don't go to a conference or a convention or stadium often, but you go to work often. So we want to first start off with like one-time use and then move on to more frequent travels. So that's how we start. Okay, so we have 4 big user screens. The first screen is basically you type in your destination and it sees where you're going. The second screen is, so when you search in your destination, there are 4 things that are important. The time that you want to arrive at your destination. So basically, if you are planning trips ahead of time, let's say you're going from home to work 5 days a week, you can plan trips here. I give a deadline, okay, on Monday, on Tuesday, I'm going at this time, on Thursday, I'm going at a different time. So basically, you add your end time here. This is where you want to arrive at the destination. You enter your destination, and here is just a rough figure of how much you're willing to spend. So if you're willing to spend $20 if you're willing to spend $5, then you need let's say 4 other people to cover a trip that costs $20. So let's say you put up your case, or you put up so you fill this out, you come up to here, and other people can look at a trip and select the trip, and let's say 4 people are going to your work at the same time, and the fee is set, and you get a notification, and you guys have a trip. So that's basically the concept of that. So now, once you select one of these things, you've seen other people that you'll be riding with. Will be like a rating system, and each of these people are down to pay $3, which is split halfway, and you can join this group, or let's say you don't like this guy, so you can go find another. And so after you join a group, you have a group chat, and you guys meet up at a location you guys want to meet up on, and basically that's it. There's nothing, there's no payment, we don't call it Uber. We're just, in a way, a resource for meeting other people willing to share a similar route. So you would meet up with these guys, have a conversation, go to your destination, and meanwhile split the ride through Venmo or something. So that's the app. The stack that we use, just like a lot of you guys here, we use Google Firebase, Firestore, authentication, storage, and CocoaPods, all the stuff, and Firebase is a NoSQL. We use Uber and Lyft APIs for coming up with estimated costs and dividing by the number of people that are willing to join. Okay, so workflow, we also use Keller to do our delegate tasks. Unfortunately, we tried too hard. As finals week came up, nobody did anything. You can see it's all to do, and this is done. And one thing we did, you guys know, collaborating on Xcode projects, you have these big storyboard conflicts, right? So what we tried doing is we have different storyboards you can see for different parts of different screens. So that was really cool. And that reduces storyboard conflicts if you're working in different branches and whatnot. Okay, some debug issues we had. So what you're seeing right here, we actually had these designs that we had. These were made recently, last night. We had 3 different design layouts, and each time it got better. We used, the first one was just a paper sketch, and then we used an app called Marvel, and the last one we made using a tool called Zeppelin. Some other issues we had was what we wanted to do is implement these 4 features. So 4 features being maps, chat, and your location and profile. So where you are and where other people are. So because my other team of 4, 2 of them set a flight last minute, what we want to do is focus and niche on one particular feature. So instead of doing all 4 and having nothing as a complete result, we want to focus on one specific thing. So I'll get back to that at the end. So ideally, if we have more time, we'd have these 4 screens set up, done, working, combined. And we'd also have a system where people can split their profiles, split the payment rides, and also call the Uber and Lyft ride from the app. As you guys can know, if you have an Amazon Alexa or Google Home, you can call it Uber or Lyft ride. So all that would be really cool. And lastly, people hate to do more work than others. And so if we could create a way of coming out with a starting location that is the center of everybody sharing the ride. So there's 4 of us. It will be the center of the 4 people who want to take the ride. And also from the 4 different destinations, if we could find the center of the 4 different destinations, that would be an ideal full-fledged day 2 type functionality in the future. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the prototype we built. So let's see, does this work? Yeah. Okay. So we built the app on Firebase, and so I was talking about different features that we want to do. So the feature we want to focus and get done, something I've been wanting to do a long time, is create a full-fledged chat system where you would have a profile, you log in, and you would talk to somebody else. And you can see different chat sessions. And if you guys, since you guys are probably developers, you guys have seen that there's a lot of issues and technicalities, and just chat apps are they're dreadful. And so instead of always putting it aside, that's something we want to focus on. So this is the Firebase UI. You guys are probably all familiar with it. So here are
30 seconds.
users. Okay, so I got 30 seconds, I got no time. So I have the app sideloaded on my phone. I'm going to ask one of the judges here to, want to help me out? So I have the app sideloaded on my phone. I'm just going to ask him to create a profile, okay? And also, let's start off by uploading a selfie. Okay, looking cute. And so, okay, so fill out this. So he's basically, what he's doing is registering. So he just took a picture, and I'm also going to register on my side. Okay, so I already created something before. Oh no, I'm going to log in. Can I log in? is it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the presenter real quick. Thanks. Oh, hold on, that's it. Okay, perfect. All right, this is cool. Okay, cool. All right, so, okay, so I already created a profile from before. Let's see. No, I'm gonna log in. Okay, Goku and what's your name, by the way? Syed. Okay, Syed. So, yours? Yassine. Nice to meet you too. I should know you from before. Was that obvious? Okay, Syed. So, what was your username? The thing you just created. Syed? Alright, so could you... Okay, I'll show you.
I can message Goku.
Yeah, message Goku. Yeah, message Goku.
On screen.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me log in. Okay, hold on. I hate slow presentations. Alright, so where are you? Did you message me?
Not yet.
Alright, let me message you then. Alright, so, see? Oh, you guys see that? Oh. Alright, so, I'm texting real quick. Hello. Test me back.
Let's
wrap up. Reply? Oh, you did? Shit. Alright, so you guys get the gist of it. This chat app works. So now quickly, I know I'm out of time, but what you could do, can you just log out? So you would just click on this and log out real quick. And just create another person. It could be anybody. You don't have to upload a picture or anything. I want to quickly show you guys that this is not like hard code or anything. This is actual, it's actually working. It's a full-fledged chat app. The only thing that, just a small little technicality as, a beginner developer, a prototype, is you can see all the users in the system. So that's all. And so on the Firebase side, here's like all the users. And yeah, you just ran out of now? All right, cool. So let's go chat real quick. What are you? Okay, see, that's him. So then I could probably just text him. Can you text me back? All right, cool. So this is it. This is, part one, phase one. A very small part of a full-fledged app. So where this would fit in the actual concept, or the app concept, would be where you would see the past trips that you've made with people going to work or home or something, where it's becoming a routine and you can just take the Uber, the same group of people, and chip in on a crowdsourced ride. Yeah, so thank you, Syed. Give him a round of applause.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks, man. You want to partner up? Yeah, any questions, guys? Any more questions? Yeah. Oh, all right, so this girl I met at a hackathon called Hackover, and she's actually like a full-time designer. That's what she does for full-time. Yeah. Like my designs are like crap, but honestly. Yeah, I mean we're friends, Thanks. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Literally did it like last night, so yeah.
Any other questions?
Any questions? No?
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right. Last but not the least, notes for notes. Please come on.